So I'm telling you, Dennis, man, like that lump that I found on my dick. It was like the size of mouse cacarito, and I'm thinking about getting it removed, but I'm not really sure quite how to do that because like it was oozing like this little like somehow red and blue sludge out of it at the same. Oh hey, oh hello, welcome to the Double D experience. Sometimes
fucking hate you.
sometimes sometimes bleeding, sometimes coming, but always out of my dick. Welcome to the latest and greatest comedy banter podcast this side of the coast. I'm David. I'm joined by my co-host Dennis as always. This is our show, fucking nobody else's. Isn't that right, Dennis's? Dennis's. If you and your girl swap names, she would be Dennis's.
And no matter how much money we get offered from Microsoft or Sony for them to buy out our podcast, we would never let it happen. And that's going to segue into, I guess, my first topic for today. Yeah. Just because at least we went on a whole fucking hour and a half about Microsoft buying out Activision Blizzard and King. So Sony has just announced, it's been in the news, that they are buying Bungie, the developers of the Destiny series, for $3.6 billion. And all I gotta say is, I think this is their little cry to be relevant in the news, because like this is literally like it's the equivalent of Microsoft fucking the hot girl and Sony getting the sloppy seconds afterwards, because obviously 3.6 billion is smaller than 68.7, but
what kind of dick measuring contest is that?
I mean, that's what it all is with companies. The money is the dick, or the dick is the money. Like
the dick is the money is the dick, and the people with the most money are the biggest dicks.
And so. I guess I don't know if I doubt David really has too many thoughts on this, because like he doesn't really care for Sony, he doesn't care for Destiny, and I played Destiny.
I don't exactly see what Sony like jumping off a bridge with like a paracord attached to their ass is really going to help them compete with Microsoft. I don't think Bungie jumping is really going to do anything for them in this regard. I think it's kind of dumb. If anything, I think they've kind of just given up. If I'm being honest, they're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna jump off a bridge, but I'm too much of a pussy to kill myself.
I'm gonna be on Jackass Forever, which apparently is coming out.
Down. My name is Sony, and welcome to Jackass. And down.
And as far as like an acquisition,
you said the acquisition wasn't gonna hurt that bad.
And I mean, as far as like,
why is Eric Andre here?
As far as that acquisition goes, I mean, I really don't have too many thoughts on it, other than the fact that like,
aren't these the guys who originally developed Halo?
Yes, and then they broke away from Microsoft and they decided to, which is actually, now that you realize it, ain't that some weird ironic shit where it's like, no, we don't want to be a part of Microsoft no more. Years later, hey Sony-chan, like
it kind of just reminds me of like, it kind of just reminds me of when Sony was just like, Sony just had Andrew Garfield by the prostate. And they were just like, no, we don't care if there's like, a whole new Spider-Man who's coming in here. He's not going to be in these Marvel movies because we want people to see Sony Spider-Man. Yeah.
But I like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
No. And nothing. I'm not talking about like what the actual Spider-Man, being better or worse. Or
I was gonna defend those movies.
I'm talking about how the fact that Spider-Man was not in the fucking Avengers because Sony was just like, yeah, but we own the movie rights to him, so yeah, you do.
And now they're like, so for $20 billion, you can borrow Spider-Man for 3 movies, and we want 40% of those profits, because fucking right now, No Way Home's about to beat Avatar as far as blockbuster sales go. Yeah, that's true.
Bro, honest to God, thank God.
Yo,
Avatar
how
is
long was it gonna be till that?
Overrated ass movie. Because first of all, Sam Worthington, horrible fucking actor. He's an amazing. He's a great voice actor. He is a shitty actor. I'm sorry. Like when you actually see his
stuff,
face
so I don't know.
on the screen, he's a handsome bastard.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. But like, Oh my god, Star underscore did this like fucking YouTube video about this horrible Netflix movie that he did, and it's just so shitty. And not to dunk on Sam Worthington, he was the legendary Alex Mason in Call of Duty Black Ops. He played Mason in like those games. That's considered one of the greatest, if not the best, Call of Duty ever. And I'm not doubting his abilities in that front, but when you actually look at his face and like the eyes don't change and the eyebrows.
Oh, he has no
move,
facial language.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying he's a great voice actor. But as soon as you plop him in front of a camera, I'm guaranteed they're just like, you just sit here and look pretty, and that's like,
or look
all they
handsome.
exactly. But then it's so and not even that. I mean, that's not even the worst part about that movie. It's the fact that it's a blatant fucking ripoff of his own movie in Aliens. It's no different.
And
In that
Pocahontas.
front. And Pocahontas, not to start it out.
Yeah.
And then you watch like these fucking blue people porn where the tails intertwine and they like fucking shit. Thank God, like a character like Spider-Man is gonna beat that. I could dick on some shitty movies forever, but you know, point is, it's like they gave him like the kid for the weekend. You know what I mean? It's just like $20 billion. You can have him in the weekend, but I'm still taking half your shit in the divorce. You know what I mean?
Which I mean, if they have
Which is similar to Bungie, right? Like that's sort of similar to Bungie since they have those weird ties to creating Halo, which Microsoft obviously owns. And Microsoft, as Dennis has described many a time last week, has dropped its massive, duper, meaty schlong all over the industry right now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I mean, like I said from last week's episode, it's time will definitely tell as far as like think what the effects are going to be on that, and we're not going to go any further than that because you can watch last week's episode if you so wish to hear my thoughts on that if you didn't catch it already. And then another bit of news, which
because we're done with this already.
yeah, because there's really
Well,
nothing
that was
else
the
to go
shortest
into.
topic ever, dude. We are 7 minutes into the episode, and not only did we do the intro at the beginning of the episode, crazy, right? We got through a whole topic before 10 minutes even went by.
It's a new record.
We never do that.
This is what structured does. Tiny bit of structure.
The nails are coming out of the tower of pizza. There's an earthquake, which is caused by a volcanic eruption.
I need to ask you, David,
Yes.
because I know you have. I don't know what your thoughts on this. Maybe we'll make one because if it is coming, then we might as well make one.
I was thinking about turning my dick into an NFT. Yeah,
Selling it on
that's-
YouTube.
if that's what you were about to ask me, why, yes,
YouTube-
I did mint my cock in the blockchain.
YouTube
Turn
is
that into the
bringing
cock chain.
NFTs to its platform, and we've already gotten news before even YouTube that Twitter is also going to be doing their own thing with NFTs, and they're going to be bringing that into their platform as well. David, I know you are very, very anti-NFT because of how fucking stupid it is, at least to you. And I want to know, like,
And to other people with brains, yes.
like, do you think, like, honestly, like, what do you think it will change as far as, like, the current landscape on YouTube? Like, if you can speak it objectively as you can
Can we
about
go?
it.
Can we go one episode without talking about NFTs? This is not the milkshake I want to drink. It doesn't taste very good.
Our episodes that had to do with NFTs were actually some of our most viewed ones. So
I prefer the episodes where we talk about milkshakes.
and
How they bring all the
volcanoes
Daniel Day-Lewises to the yard.
and some volcanoes.
That man erupted like a volcano in that movie. If you fucking saw that shit, he beat that boy to death with a bowling pin. With a bowling pin, Dennis. Anyway, I'd have to look at the actual fucking whatchamadoodle, the
I think it was an
outline of what they're
announcement.
doing.
I think it was
'Cause
an announcement there from the CEO.
Yeah, I watched Critical's video about it, and it's just funny because like YouTube, as of recently, they actually helped some YouTuber who like posted anime clips under anime reviews.
Yeah, there
under
was
fair
that.
use.
That was a YouTuber that got copyright striking like what 100 times.
By Toei,
think. Yeah,
By
Toei, yeah.
I think Toei, and holy fuck, 130 copyright strikes to that man. Not takedowns, strikes.
Yeah.
3 strikes and your channel's fucking gone. They didn't want his channel gone. They wanted it at the bottom of the fucking Shadow Realm. Just lost the fucking duel to Yugi in the bottom of the pit. Joey's just watching with his jaw dropped in awe, like sitting in the fucking cock chain. That YouTube channel's never coming back in this lifetime or the next. And YouTube actually stood up for that guy.
Yeah, they stepped
Crazy.
in.
Yeah, they straight up stepped in and they're just like, yo, chill. 130 copyright strikes. This is literally fair use. This guy didn't break the law. Fuck off. And then that same day, they're like, hey, we got NFTs.
Which I remember I heard another guy's opinion piece on it, and it was essentially like, how does YouTube go like from being this like helping the underdog essentially to just souring that news like in an instant. Like literally in an instant. It was like 5 minutes afterwards and they were like, hey yo, we just saved this YouTuber. By the way, NFTs are coming to the platform.
It's like they fucking graduated from like completely cucking us to just cock teasing. It's like kind of like that's what happened. They're just like, now we're gonna make you think we're cool. We're still not. But you know. Mega, I gotta take a look at this outline because I think it was pictured in the I think it was pictured here in the critical video. Did he take a... Yeah, let me take a look. Yeah, YouTube CEO says NFTs and crypto present a previously unimaginable opportunity. Says the CEO, says the company will explore NFT features for content creators. I'm gonna have the Krabby Patty formula minted in the blockchain as soon as I get my hands on it! Anyway, yeah, so I'm trying to find the outline. Hold on a sec. Here it is. Sorry. I would like, because YouTube had like an official like little outline that they put down for like how they were gonna do this, and like it was screenshotted in Critical's. Oh wait, no, this is just a bunch of like pictures of. Oh, I'm really stupid. This is just a bunch of pictures of like the articles. Never mind. Point is, they're doing NFTs, and I don't know what else to say. If I'm being honest, I think it's dumb. I still think it's always dumb. What I will say though is that Twitter, you remember how I joked last week or the week before about, like, God, when is the friggin' auto script gonna come out? Of, like, you know, just that automatically blocks hexagon profile pictures. You know, like, that automatically blocks them so I don't have to constantly, like, see that drivel on my timeline. Well, it took them about a week. It exists already. I'm gonna plug that into my Twitter at some point so I don't have to deal with that chicken shit bullshit. But as far as YouTube NFTs go, I mean, I don't know. You know, it's just, you know, it's just, if anything, the only thing I can think of off the first top of my mind, besides the fact that, oh, NFTs are bad, which they still are. I'm not going to sit here and explain why again. I've talked about it like 3 times. I'll link those episodes in the description. It just, if anything, it just shows what YouTube's, like, actual intentions are with these things.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, we know, like, a lot of the recent changes that they've made, which... I'll quote Critical again. He thinks this is the worst decision YouTube has ever made, was removing dislikes, because their reasoning for removing dislikes, which if you don't know, YouTube removed public dislikes. If you dislike a video, it doesn't show how many people dislike it anymore, which you may not think is a big deal, but is actually legit incited change. They know the power of the ratio, and like they're actually paying attention to that now. One of the most disliked videos ever made was, I believe, the trailer for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. That's one, because, like, they were just so sick of Call of Duty being futuristic, and they used a cringy-ass, like, remaster of, David Bowie, Space Oddity, and it was, like, when he just died, too. So, like, everyone was like, yo, this is actually fucking tasteless. So there's that, among other things.
Holy shit.
Half the shit that James Corden does, which good, because every bit of that man's humor just screams corporatism. It's like... It just shows the direction that YouTube really cares about. Because the thing is, removing dislikes didn't do, public dislikes didn't do anything to stop bullying, which is what they said it was about. They can still, the creator can still see the dislike counter in their fucking analytics. They still know how many people hate them and want them to die. The only people this helps are corporations. When they do something shitty, all you're gonna see is the likes, and people are gonna think it's a good thing. And YouTube just refuses to fucking admit that. And now the fact that they're putting NFTs on their shit just kind of proves that, you know, they're just... about that dollar bill. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, as far as, like, how they're going to be integrated,
is the Double D Experience going to be making our own NFT? Question mark for the future, maybe. I don't know. But
I'm removing
it's literally just going to be, like, a terrible paint like Microsoft Paint of like David's dick. It's gonna be like a terrible outline of it, and like everyone's just gonna think like, wow, this is totally worth $400,000.
That's one hilarious thing that Mango does when like he's talking about like Melee and stuff. He's like a pro Melee player, and like he's like just drawing little stick figures in Microsoft Paint like as shittily as he possibly can to like talk about the game. And whenever he talks about himself, like he'll draw a little stick figure, and always without fail he will just draw a giant dick on his. It's so funny, but I don't know. I actually don't have as much to say about this as you would think. I've talked about NFTs a million times on the show. I think they're bad. How they're going to be integrated into YouTube. There's probably. I think it's literally just going to be like exclusive, one of a kind.
Oh yeah.
That you have to pay to be in the blockchain for you to view these exclusive videos. I think it's not going to do too well, if I'm being honest, because it's going to be just another one of those paid services to watch YouTube's exclusive content, which frankly only fucking morons pay for. So
yeah, if you don't
I don't know.
If you don't have ad block on this point, it's kind of like that's on you. So.
Yeah, like, you really think people are going to be excited about, like, paying to watch content on YouTube now just because it's exclusive or more scarce? Anything that, like, is, you know, about making things more scarce in this already scarce world where there's too many people, I don't fucking respect. That's another one of the many things that I hate about NFTs. Not just that they're bad for the environment, not just that they bring out the absolute worst in people when it comes to their greed, not just that it steals from artists, but that it's literally about making things more rare, quote unquote,
and exclusive
in the world of the internet, where it's supposed to be a free open source archive, a network of networks for everybody to look at that's changed the world. And they want to make Web3 about not that and just making money instead, where like you can just invest yourself more into what these companies are doing and participate in their stuff. Like, no, like you're literally just going to be the last person at the end of the fucking chain when people realize these aren't worth anything, and you're at the bottom of that. It has nothing to do with participation. It's about making money for literally no extra work. That's all that shit is. So, frankly, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be like exclusive content from these creators that you can access by putting your 3 ETH into the block. That's all it's going to be. It's not going to be any different from what this other shit is doing. It's that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I'm going to be honest. That's all I got.
All right, moving on.
Okay, so speaking of explosions, like the NFT craze, what else is exploding, Dennis?
I kind of wanted to save this one for a bit later, but there was if anyone hasn't kind of like read the news, there was this happened fucking literally 2 weeks ago, and I just found out about it today. There was a gigantic volcanic eruption from the. I swear to God, I sound so racist just even saying this fucking volcano's name. Who the fuck named this volcano? The Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai volcano erupted in January 15th, and hello, my name is Nigerian Prince Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai.
What is the fucking character from Banjo-Kazooie, Mumbo?
He also
Mumbo's
sounded
Mountain.
like that name sounds as if it could be in Crash Bandicoot.
I mean, it could. They're owned by the same fucking people now.
Oh, that is true.
They're brothers.
That is true. So
Only closer.
This volcano had erupted about like 2 weeks ago, and I have this one satellite footage that some people took a while back. Obviously, I guess it was like a team of scientists. And David, I'll just send that to you right now.
Okay. Show me the explosion of God's cock.
Okay, well, I guess I can't copy and paste from Google Docs. Well, I guess I'm a fucking idiot. But so essentially, there was an island, and then this volcano just said, "No more island." And so there was a photo from January 7th of the whole island. It was like just
there goes Hawaii, now there goes Hawaii, the island is gone. There goes Hawaii, there goes Hawaii, now there. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm a bad person. Denise, I'm sorry.
A week later, on the 15th, the eruption happened. It was about, and the second photo is literally 2 hours before, and it was like the crater essentially was covered by the sea. And then hours after the explosion from which the volcano came, there is a satellite picture of radar that shows like literally 2 tiny slivers of land. Basically all that's remaining of that island. And people were saying that the Hunga Tonga.
Stop.
The Hunga Tonga's fucking eruption was probably one of the largest volcanic events in decades. And I mean, we don't get too many volcanoes here in the States. We don't have, I don't think, any volcanoes aside from Hawaii.
Where was this?
It's like in the middle of the Pacific.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was like one of them islands that were like a bit off there. And it kind of made me think a bit too, because like obviously being on the East Coast, like the worst things we get are wind and water based natural disasters. We don't have like God's fury coming down like from the fucking mountains up there and like fireballs landing into your fucking living room.
Yeah, we just get Avatar Korra. That's pretty
Just
much all
without
we
the
get.
fire. And it made me
We
think
just
too,
get like this closet lesbian that rails on us from on high. Just gets in on us and just pisses a little water, barfs up a little wind, and that's pretty much it. That's one of the things I love about living on the East Coast, man. We really,
because
the natural
we don't have
disasters
fire.
here.
We don't have fire-based natural disasters like California and the Pacific. Which
The worst things we get are blizzards, which they then call bomb cyclones to make them sound way worse than they fucking actually are. Which, by the way, a bomb cyclone sounds like something that you'd get after eating too much fucking Chipotle.
sounds like
About anything else.
Sounds like a move in a fighting game.
The bomb cyclone, yeah.
It really does. Now that
Like,
I think about
how
it.
do you do the bomb cyclone? It's like
Down,
down
right
forward,
beat.
back. Yeah, like down forward, back, circle, square.
Yeah, then you
That's how you do the
combo.
bomb cyclone kick, yeah.
You execute the grab, then afterwards you just get them locked in that combo, and boom, bro. Like that's
Yeah.
it. Perfect.
It's a
game.
really, really good move for corner pressure since we're on the East Coast and we're backed up against the beach right there. It's really hard to break out of that. It's like I think the only wake up move that you can do is from the bomb shake. I believe that's when it's more of a West Coast type move. They don't do that too much over here. It's when it's when you do a wake up earthquake maneuver. It's very, very hard to pull off.
So, out of all
Stretch
of,
your
like,
hands, gamers.
out of all of the natural disasters that we have in this world, we have obviously volcanic eruptions, we have hurricanes, we have tsunamis, which are still Earth based because it's just an earthquake underneath the ocean that just causes the fucking waves to come towards us.
Mm-hmm.
And I get tornadoes, I guess, count too.
As
But
an
like a
explosion?
wind-based shit, And
As an explosion? No.
well, no, but as a natural disaster. I mean,
Oh yeah, as a natural disaster, let's count them all off. You said tornadoes, you said forest fires, you said floods, you said
volcanic eruptions,
hurricanes, bomb cyclones.
bomb cyclones, blizzards. I mean, I don't know if a blizzard is a natural disaster. It's just like a thing of the season. It just happens. You're gonna get one at least once every year. So it's just like depending on where you live, especially if you're in Jersey. Like, I mean, people like to think that, oh yeah, our winters aren't that bad out here, and they're not as bad as other places. Like you go to obviously like other states that are way up north, even past that, like going to Canada. Like everyone's seen the pictures of their winters. Everyone's seen what Russian winters fucking look like and how much snow they get up there. So it's like ours is obviously like pales in comparison, but I don't know, East Coasters love to like bitch, whine, and complain that like 8 inches of snow is like, oh, what am I gonna do? I can't do anything. I can't leave my home. Everyone loves to do that shit. I mean, when we got Sandy years back, like I actually was like a little low key, like, oh shit, like so this is what Floridians like go through like every fucking year, because I actually lost power when Sandy hit a while back.
I lost power for like a week.
Yeah,
Plus.
like my town as well. I mean, well, my block, I think, because we didn't have water and electricity, until like a week after. Dude, it was so weird, like being in like going back to like the Stone Age low key. I mean, we had like the gas.
Dude, I started
stoves.
reading books. It was awful. Like it was fucking awful, bro.
reject society, return to books.
I had to like, oh my god, we had like a little DVD player on the laptop because my neighbor got power back, and we were charging the laptop over there so we could watch Get Smart on DVD in the center of the fucking living room. Meanwhile, all I was eating was peanut butter sandwiches.
I was like eating cup ramen.
Calvin
like,
and Hobbes.
We were eating cup ramen off of like the little gas stoves, like the little portable gas stoves that we had, and you know that honestly, like I guess in recent memory, if I'm going off of it for New Jersey, maybe at least for us, I don't know for all the people who are listening here that are like double our age that have probably seen worse winters or worse hurricanes than us over here. I truly like to believe though, at least for people like me and David's age, like Sandy was probably the worst just because of at least the fallout afterwards. Because we've had other shit come our way before, and we kind of just were like, all right, time to go to work. Like after it hit, it's just like, hey, gotta go back to work. Whatever you're gonna do. Like,
while in like Texas, if it snows like an inch, they cancel everything.
And people die. Like people actually die.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Triple the numbers of whatever the fuck I mean, like, for us, it's like we have, like, 2 people who are just stupid, and then they die in the face of those natural disasters. I remember when I was attending... Yeah, I think Sandy hit when Brooklyn College, when I was attending there. And we had news of a guy on our campus who straight up died because a tree fell on him during the fucking storm and everything. Mm-hmm. And... You know, it was really funny. During, like, the day or two afterwards, I came back to class because I think campus was closed. It was really funny. It was because I asked everybody, yo, like, did you guys get that email about that guy who died? And, like, I wanted to hear everyone else's responses first because I didn't want to be that first guy that goes, yeah, what a fucking idiot. I wanted to hear everyone else's, and everyone else was just unanimous. It's like, why the fuck was that guy outside? Why was he outside? Why?
Was it like a homeless dude? Was it just
no? He was a fucking college student.
Oh,
he was one of us. Not like in my department, but like he was attending our school and shit. So it's like we had almost like virtually across the board, and I think this is just what it is for New Yorkers. It's like we don't have sympathy for that type of shit. I feel. I mean, I was barely a New Yorker, but like at least I was talking to everyone, and everyone kind of had that same vibe. Like, just why the fuck was that guy outside? Like, in the midst of a fucking hurricane. It's like those people who fucking were in the middle of Hoboken. Maybe there was reasons why, like they were, but when that flood hit over there, I think last year, there was like that big storm that came, and like it just flooded like much of like the waterfront sort of areas.
Yeah,
like,
I remember going to like a movie theater, and we didn't wind up going through with it, like me and all my friends and stuff like that, because the literal parking lot was underwater. Like, the entire parking lot was completely underwater. That David was smart. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. No, we went there. I saw the lot, and I was like...
And you were just like, nope, and just looped around back. Reversed out of there and just, like, pulled back out.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy that you're talking about who got crushed by a log was doing it for the gram. If I'm being honest, you know, he was
maybe.
He was a college student.
Maybe.
You know, once in a lifetime, you know, storm coming up.
Gotta respect the grind, you know?
Storm. Yeah, no, absolutely. Got to get those numbers up. You feel me?
Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Yeah, those are rookie numbers in this racket. You got to get them shits up, boy. Maybe he was trying to like surf off of the wind or something like that. Just, you know, like do a little bit of his own personal reporting.
This guy,
you know, maybe they'd be impressed with that. You know, all the little journalism majors that he had at his school, whatnot. The little report that he did.
He would be that one dude, that one famous guy that had he was like literally headbanging in the face of that hurricane. I don't know if you remember that video. It was like a pretty famous one. It was literally this guy, he gets out of his car in the face of like 70-mile-per-hour winds, and he just goes like, yeah, because the winds are blowing at it. Which I mean, looks fucking cool, right?
Yeah.
But yo, a stop sign could have ripped off the ground easily and just sliced him in half. Which, like, that video could have been infinitely different if nature decided, oh, I'm gonna literally kill this guy because
that shit would have gone viral on the fucking wrong kind of web. Would have gone viral on the dark web, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
I honestly feel too like
it looks cool, bro, but so do fucking cigarettes.
So
all right, shit's still gonna tarnish your lungs. And take a fat black shit all over in the bottom of your fucking chesticles, bro. It looks cool. You look dope. You look fucking fuego. But you smell like shit. You look like shit. Your lungs are shit. You got arthritis in your neck. To beat this guy, you need speed. You don't have it. Because you smoke. Alright? Don't put your fucking head out in 70-mile-an-hour winds, you stupid fucks.
I actually do wish, though, if it was possible, I would love to just be, like, in a force field of my own and just see, like, a hurricane, like have front view seats of a hurricane just going nuts on a fucking, like, town. I'd feel bad because, like, people's livelihoods are basically gone. Yeah. I've seen so many times, like, after a post-hurricane, it's like, I lost my dog. I lost my cat. And, like, I lost my, like, Ferrari. Like, I don't know, it's always, like, some shit. But, like, and I always do feel bad, but it's just, like, there was something about seeing, like, destruction on that sort of scale just go like fucking nuts. Like,
well, because it's natural for the most part, you know. Like, I would like, if it were me personally, I would like to use the many resume level skills that I have acquired over my many years of being a gamer, and just sort of find wherever the eye of the storm is, which is obviously, right, if you don't know how a hurricane works, the hurricane's actually stronger the further away from the center of it that you are. In the
Double
middle
D
of the
science
hurricane,
class for all you guys right now.
That's exactly what I got.
Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
That's exactly what I got in both my community college science classes. A firm pair of double D's. That's what I fucking got. But in the center of the hurricane is the eye of the storm. That's where that fucking expression comes from. Like, no, we're only in the eye of the storm right now. In the center of it, oh my god, that sounds like the devil's fucking horrible. Yeah, it sounds like it, but it's not. The eye of the storm, if I'm not wrong, besides obviously not being, besides not being in the actual storm, is the safest place you can be in it. So I personally would want to use my skills as a gamer to find the eye of the storm and just view it from like a fucking 360 like Oculus Rift video of like all around me from the safest spot of it. And I would move around the eye of the storm as the storm is moving. I would track it on my little gaydar, and I would walk around that center of it, just so I can get like the best view of the storm while being literally in the center of it. Yes, I would be trapping myself. Yes, I would in fact be doing it for the gram, but it would be, the sickest gram video you ever did see. So, Double D science class to conclude here. If a hurricane is ever in your area. Do what Dennis said and like try to get the best view of it. If you can. Yeah. Because I will say, you know, a lot of them look cool. It's like winter. That's what I will say fucking here real quick. That is what I will actually easily say. Winter? This fucking garbage ass bottom trash.
No entertainment value.
Fucking season. Winter is trash.
Unless it's a blizzard. Like, it's a crazy fucking blizzard. Like, literally snow's, like, swirling all over the fucking place.
Oh, I don't give a fuck, man. Just rev up those NFTs, bro. Get this fucking planet hotter because, like, I want this shit gone. I know that's not how it works, but what I'm saying is that, like, I fucking hate winter. It is such a bottom-ass, trash tier season. Let me explain to you why. Winter or snow specifically, I have
a pushback to this, but go on.
You can push my nuts. Is the fucking... Winter is that fucking woman. She's beautiful. You love to look at her. Like, her curves are insane. Like, she is a goddess among our fucking mere mortals. She's beautiful to look at. But she's got baggage. Bad baggage, to the kind where, like, she's gonna fucking imprint and project all her insecurities and fucking misfortunes onto you. What I mean by that
plot of Frozen.
Winter, pretty much. What I mean is winter... It's beautiful to look at, but you don't want to deal with it. It's obnoxious. It's heavy. You don't want to shovel the snow. You don't want to fold it back. You don't want to throw your back out, clean up the roads, have to drive and swerve your car in the middle of that just to get to your fucking $15 an hour job. Doesn't even give you benefits or no shit like that, but you have to come in or you get fired. Fuck you! All right? Winter is that woman that so many people think they're in love with, but they don't actually love it. They're just looking at her ass as she walks by. You like how she looks from a distance, but you don't actually love her because you don't want to deal with her. You don't want to actually have to deal with the baggage of winter. You don't want to have to shovel all that shit, deal with the actual crux of it. You literally just want to look at it and you say you love winter because it looks pretty. What are you, a fucking teenager? You thinking with your cock out here? No. Fucking idiot. That's why I hate winter. Everyone says they love it, but you don't actually love it. Do you love shoveling, Dennis? Is that why you raise it? Yeah, Mr. Chung.
No.
You're
But
raising your hand in class.
this is to something else entirely. But winter was a lot better when we were kids. That's
We didn't
another
have to deal
point.
with that shit.
Because obviously, we didn't. I mean, funny enough, my dad still told me to shovel even when I was like 9. It's like, you're going to shovel. I don't give a fuck. And I'm gonna do the same with my kids too. It's like, I'm gonna do the same with my kids. You going to shovel? I'm not fucking doing that. You doing that? You got hands you could use. And I was doing this shit for 20 years. You do it now. And yeah, obviously winter and even like just snow in general is so much more fun when we're kids because we have no responsibilities. When you're a kid, you don't got a job to go to. You going out with your friends, going sledding. You're gonna go snowballing. You're gonna do snowboarding. You're gonna do shit like that when a snow day happens.
Yeah.
If you have decent hills, but I mean, I don't know. Like I've been to Overpeck so many times. Like the fucking steepest hill is like 20 degrees, so it's like we don't really have like too many crazy hills around here.
There's the one that's in the field at, I believe, Thomas Jefferson Middle School in Teaneck.
Oh, I've never been. That's why.
That's a pretty big hill. Everyone used to just like
See, there you go.
Walk up the way there during the winter time and go wee.
Yeah, winter was a lot more fun, and I definitely want obviously my kids to enjoy winter when they're like kids. But it's like, you know, I don't want to tell them because I mean, what parent does? But like, they're gonna obviously know like winter fucking sucks. Like when they get older, like especially when you have like real life responsibilities. I mean, if you work from home and you had a snow day, it's like, I ain't going to work anyway, so it's like, fuck it, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't need to shovel my fucking snow, fuck that. But obviously, if you're working like an ordinary 9 to 5 and you got to go to your shitty ass cubicle in this 20-degree ass fucking weather, obviously, yeah, you're going to hate your life and you're going to wish, like, damn, I wish my building burned down. Like, I wish my company's fuse or something just caught on fire and just like,
except it can't because it's snowing.
Yeah. Oh, no, but there was that fire that happened, I already forgot the town. Fuck. Camden or whatever the fuck. Like one of those towns like out there like literally caught on fire during like legit like 18-degree weather. And it was like a chemical plant like blew up or something, I think. And then or a power plant I think might have blown up. And the whole town surrounding it like basically got hit by the fire for I think like a full day. I forgot where it was exactly. It was in Jersey. But, like, that was when the weather...
choking on water.
Huh?
That's like choking on water. It's like the solution's all around you, but what do you do? You know what I mean? It's like, that's like sort of like, I hate to bring it back to sex again, but that's literally like actually getting choked out by, like, tits or a pussy. It's like, so many guys say, like, this is how they want to go out, but it's not. When you're actually legitimately suffocating, the arousal kind of goes away for a bit. So it's like when a building's on fire and it's surrounded by snow and shit, it's like, there's a disgusting, sick irony to that.
Yeah. You know? It really just makes you kind of angry. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, can you imagine, like, let's say even in a dramatic scene in a movie or whatever, right? A house, like, legit, like, catches on fire and, like, a guy, like, is just witnessing it, like, the camera is, like, facing his back, but, like, you see the rest of the fire, like, in front of him. And you just see a whole blizzard swirling around. It's like, how in the fuck does that happen? And I mean, who's to say? Like, I'm pretty sure there's fires all the time in Alaska during their snowstorms. And, you know, shit happens. It is what it is. But I think in general, too, like, going back to nature just for a sec, too, like, it really makes you kind of feel almost insignificant in the face of shit like that. Because I see tornadoes. I see hurricanes. I see tsunamis that literally just completely destroy a fucking city. Almost wipe it off the face of the map, almost. Like, until, like, the water obviously recedes. Forest fires. See all that shit, right? And, like, it really almost makes you kind of grateful in terms of where you live. Unless you're in those areas that get affected by shit like that. I mean, California's not only got forest fires, but they also get earthquakes every now and then.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if I was to die from something, like, David, I want to ask you this too. If I was going to die from any natural disaster, I'd rather get hit by a fucking fireball from a volcanic eruption. Because it will just end me immediately.
No,
if it lands on me, I'm dead immediately.
Oh, that's
I'm
true.
gone.
Yeah,
dead.
if it's actually one of like the little fucking rock stalagmite things, that can literally pierce your
I'm just
skull.
gonna like just keep running and
No, if that goes through your head, like when those things, when that debris is falling from the sky like that, it can literally pierce your skull.
Yeah.
It's hot and moving fast enough to the point where it'll go through, but the thing is, it's not gonna kill you immediately. Like, your body will be trembling around for a bit.
I'll
like,
be
due to the
passed out, and then more rocks will be probably hitting me. That's like
maybe.
Like, if there was a natural disaster for you to die from, if you had to choose, like, which would it be?
That's a tough one. That's actually a pretty tough one, because obviously they're all not pleasant ways to die. But
if you, I mean, there's some quick ones though. I mean, for a
that's
tsunami,
what
you
I'm
just
trying
like
to think. I'm
drowning.
really trying to think of like what's the quickest. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, from a tsunami and you're drowning, it's like you feel it filling your lungs, but it fills your lungs so fast that like it's got to be like a little more painful. I'm not really sure. Fire, definitely no. I wouldn't want to die in like a forest fire, because then you burn to ashes. Hurricane. I don't know how you die from a hurricane.
You probably get slapped against a building.
Go
splat.
No, not that. Earthquake sounds horrible, because you either fall inside the crater of the earth and you see the devil waiting for you on the way down inside of the hell. So, or you just like, you get launched up so high, like a fucking, like one of those like giant slingshot things that they have at the county fair, and it just
Or the building collapses underneath you. Like
or
on
the
top
building
of you.
collapses underneath. I guess maybe the first thing that comes to mind, probably the tsunami. Maybe I'd prefer to just drown and just like let the water just go into my mouth. And
I feel as if a tornado would be just a bit more pleasant, because if I get sucked into the tornado, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be spinning the fuck around like thing for about like a couple minutes, right?
Yeah.
And then after the tornado, let's say, dissipates, I'll probably be so fucking high up that no matter what drop like I'm gonna have, I'll probably die instantaneously. Like, as soon as I hit like the ground or cement, I'll probably be gone right then and there. So I feel as if like, I'll at least have a pleasant view before I die. I'll have like an amazing view for like 10 seconds, and then I'll just fucking straight up die. Which like makes me wonder, like, as far as like a lot of those like skydivers as well, like
how peaceful does it have to be, Dennis? I mean, like, can I?
I mean, it
before
depends on you
before
too.
I go out, if I'm drowning,
if you knew
like,
that you were gonna die, then it automatically like think that it already gives you your answer, because it's like, there is no way in hell I'll probably survive this. I might as well enjoy my 10 seconds before I die.
that's what I'm saying. Like, like as far as enjoying the 10 seconds, like, am I gonna hallucinate something before I go? Like, if I'm underwater, is it gonna be like, am I gonna hear like dire ducks? Like, is like inside
No,
of
you're
my
gonna
brain?
see Davy Jones from fucking Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, fuck that. I don't want to see like fucking tentacle porn face man before I go out. That changes everything.
What if you see like a hot mermaid before you die?
Ooh. Then that would impact everything. I would
she's
like,
like-
if we like I'm gonna go out, then I could at least just grab her and kiss her, or something like that if we're both gonna go. So I could at least cross that last thing of fucking a mermaid off my bucket list.
And then she like sues you because like I never consented to this.
I was about to say, like, what
You
if
go
we
to like
both-
mermaid court. She's like the lawyer's like, my client did not give this land fuck consent to kiss her. She was sexually assaulted by this landman, and we feel as if he deserves the full extent of mermaid law. And you're just like, what the fuck is mermaid law, bro? You're gonna drown me? I'm already dead. I'm already dead, bro.
Up
Like,
there,
look at me.
Up there, they got to work all day, yeah.
I'm dead
Down
already.
here, we got our own secret.
What are you gonna do? Do that SpongeBob shit where you're gonna like just give the little scuba gear to me as I'm down here? Yeah, I still think it's either gonna
Goats in the sea. Goats in the sea.
it's either gotta be tornadoes or definitely a big ass fireball to my face. Like, it has to be like at terminal velocity for like, because I don't want to like. I mean, obviously, who wants to live after they just got hit in the face by a fucking fireball? All you're just gonna hear is with my half my face blown off.
Yeah. Well, if I live, do I get to like be Two-Face?
Yeah,
Oh.
that'd be. That's actually kind of nuts for like a new Two-Face origin story. He was like this great DA for like this Hawaiian island, and then he gets his face half blown off by a volcano.
Nah, that'd be lame as shit. What is he gonna be, like a fucking eco-terrorist? It'd be
Yeah,
like
why
he's
not?
gonna be like, Batman, if you don't stop polluting our oceans, I demand $100 billion from the United Nations if you don't hand fucking pick every piece of trash out of the coral reefs. Because he's just, what is he gonna have a vengeance against? Natural disasters? No. Here's what it has to be. It has to be Bruce Wayne not giving a fuck about his riches. He builds like a weather machine or some shit and doesn't pay attention to it, and it causes a natural disaster, and it fucking wipes half of my face off. That's how I would want revenge against Batman. Like, oh, what's your villain origin story? Oh, I got caught in a forest fire and it burned half of my face. I hate Batman now. Like, what? Like, what does that have to do with Batman? Like, what kind of fucking Arthur Fleck shit is that? Like, fuck off.
Oh my god! Can
you
you
get what
imagine?
you yucking deserve.
Can
Like,
you
no.
imagine a Hawaiian Batman? It's just Batman with the mask, but like just swim trunks like underneath. Like he just wears nothing else like at all. He's like,
Hey, I miss my parents, brother.
he's like, I'm not gonna be wearing a fucking cape. You know how hot it is here? It's like 110 degrees. I'm not gonna wear no fucking cape.
This is some Mel Blanc shit right here. Like, I'm trying to do, like, I see what you're trying to do, and it's hard as fuck. Like, you're trying to do an impression of Batman, but also doing a Hawaiian accent. Like, that's hard as shit. That is legit, by the way.
It's pretty hard. Like,
That is one of
doing
the
that
hardest
voice.
things. No, that's one of the hardest things in general to do in voiceover. When you're doing a character, doing an impression of
an
another
and then-
character.
Yeah, with another accent too.
That
That's
shit
it,
is
yeah.
fucking ridiculous. And that is one of the things that Mel Blanc, who voiced literally like every single Looney Tune, and like in the 40s, by the way, like for those cartoons, like literally all of them. He's considered like the greatest voice actor who ever lived by like the entire industry. He would literally, like, there are episodes where like he's playing Bugs Bunny, making fun of Daffy Duck, and he's like Bugs doing an impression of Daffy, and it sounds amazing. It's like, oh my, how did you do that? Like, it'd be like, David, do an impression of Dennis. Doing an impression of Dane. Be like,
Oh, Ching Chong, Wing Wong. Oh, Ting Tong.
Alright, maybe it wasn't the best example because that
Wonton
wasn't
soup.
bad.
Oh, actually, believe it or not, I had probably one of the best Chinese takeouts I've had in a long time.
Oh,
Because
yeah?
one place that we've been going to for years basically closed down. It's been open for, I think, 20 plus. And we found
That
this new
happened to
place
me.
over in Leonia. And I have to say, wonton soups for me are hit and miss for a lot of places. A lot of places, like 60, maybe 70% of the time, make it terribly. It's either way too bland. Yeah, that's probably the worst thing. It tastes way too fucking bland. Like, I mean, too salty wonton soup is really no skin off my bones. Like, I'd rather have it salty so I could just dilute it with water than fucking have it bland as shit and me not being able to do anything with it. And this place, they got it right, dude.
You think
They
of a
got it
racist
fucking
guy?
right.
You think if a racist guy goes into a Chinese place and he orders miso soup, they could piss in it and he wouldn't know the difference?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Because that
He's
shit's
like-
yellow. That shit's yellow already. you
Yeah,
know?
the fucking cooks will just be like, it's like, oh, don't worry, we'll be right back. And then he goes to the back room and just like, yeah,
Like, thank you. Like,
Very
oh,
special wonton soup for you.
yeah. The soup tastes about as good as the fucking virus you and your shitty people brought over here. Oh, so sorry, sir. We get you new soup. And then they go back to the chef like, 米粥,我再给我蘸油. And then the cook just sees him from the back and he's just like nodding his head because he knows what he has to do. Takes the fattest, fucking most dehydrated piss into
Even
that
pisses-
miso soup.
He even pisses into his Coke somehow, too. It's just like, we don't know how they did it, but they just did it. Like, this,
Oh, you want to get real racist? You want to know how he? You want to know how he did it?
me Chinese, me play joke, me put pee in your Coke. I was actually surprised. I didn't know that was a
Chinese
thing.
make joke. Put pee in your coke.
That's actually like a real, pretty terrible, like obviously racist joke, but it was
Fuck.
when I first found out about
Here's
it.
your friendly reminder, everybody, that Dennis is Asian. You will never know what he looks like truly, even though there is a literal caricature of him on your screen right now.
Yeah, but that's all you're getting. And for all the people that know who I look like or what I look like, I don't know. Nothing I can do about that. I
Don't
can't
dox
erase
me,
your
bro.
memories. Yeah, I can't erase your memories or whatever. So it's unfortunate, but
This man's IP address on
Don't-
screen right now.
don't tell nobody. Don't show them a pic. Actually, I don't really have no social media
No.
as far as pictures of myself. I do have one Instagram that's obviously not our podcast, but I don't go on it, and I probably should get around to deleting it because there's no point in me having it. But
Do you guys know that image of the guy with like the pretty much rectangular head, that crazy swole model, like the Chad?
the Giga Chad, yeah.
Yeah, imagine an Asian version of that. That's what Dennis looks like.
Oh yeah, Giga Chad laughs like the way I do.
Hey, you never know, man. There's that scene from Grown Ups where like all like the MILFs are like pining over this crazy ripped dude that's at the water park, and they signal him to come over there. And then, like, he has the most fucking hilarious, like, most stereotypical, like, high-pitched Canadian accent. He's like, hey, what's up, ladies? Yeah, I'm from Saskatchewan. That's up in Canada, eh? And they all start laughing. They're just like, yo, everything was on steroids except for his voice. Hosers.
There was this one scene from the third Pirates movie.
That's
And,
the
like,
best movie
obviously-
that Adam Sandler's ever done, or one of the best modern, more recent movies that Adam Sandler has ever done was Grown Ups. That movie's actually a really, really fucking funny, feel-good movie. I recommend it.
There was this one scene from Pirates 3 where it's like all these pirates like are like teaming up now, and like we gotta defeat the Royal Navy because like they're literally ruining pirates for everything. Like,
Yeah,
for everybody
it was
out here.
right after they defeated Davy Jones and
Yeah.
William becomes the new captain of the Dutchman.
Yeah, and there was a scene where all of them like are deliberating about like what they should do. Should we fight or should we run away? And literally at the end they end up deciding to fight. And there's this one Indian pirate. Everyone has got like the I'm a pirate like God voice. And then there's this one Indian guy that's like, and so we shall go to war.
I forgot about that scene.
It's like it would be like something like that. Like you'd think like, oh shit, this guy's a Chad. This guy's a pirate.
Has the
He
fucking
probably
longest,
raped, pillaged, and plundered.
thickest
And can
pirate
you imagine?
beard too.
Can you imagine that this guy is screaming commands from his deck? He's like, fire! Like screaming, slap the poop deck. Dude, and here's the thing: his crew still listen to him, so it makes you think like, oh shit, like so maybe there's like this other underlying thing about this guy that's like actually kind of terrifying. Like,
Yeah.
his voice makes me giggle like a fucking girl, but at the same time, it's like, oh, this dude's probably like done some dark shit for people to take him seriously. Which like I've had bosses too, like in my life that like they like and you imagine like obviously like a stereotype or stereotypical picture of like a boss is like we're gonna do this today, like like real like managerial shit or whatever. And it's just like you see like this fucking like barely 2 years older than you twink come out of the fucking break room. It's like, all right guys, we have a lot of things to do today.
See, words are like bullets.
Like I've had bosses
Shut
like
your
that.
fucking mouth, Cartman.
It really just throws me for a fucking loop. It really does. Cause like, I mean, not that I'm like, let's say, underestimating their managerial skills. But when I think like manager or boss or like just someone in charge of me, right? I'm like thinking, not like fucking drill sergeant or whatever, but it's like at least a dude that like has at least double my age on me or something. But like I've seen McDonald's and even Wendy's have managers that are literally like my age, and I got nothing but obviously good things to say about them. Hey man, grind's grind, man. And managers for certain chains make pretty good money, so it's like
Imagine buying a McDonald's NFT.
McDonald's is probably gonna jump on that. They already got rid of
No, they
all
already
day
did.
breakfast.
No, they already did. They already did. They did
Yeah.
that. They started that shit a while ago. They have like literally NFTs of McRibs. I'm dead fucking serious.
So gets rid of all day breakfast, but goes into NFTs.
We're living in hell, Dennis.
I don't like this timeline, David.
I don't like it either. It's where we are.
Can you just just get the
We're literally living in a place where like you could go to a
Shoot me in the
McDonald's.
head.
We're living in a timeline where you can no longer purchase a McRib, but you can buy a picture of one. For fake money, bro. Because, you know, it's the future.
It's in the blockchain.
Oh, fucking God. Well, success. I want to let's end on a high note.
Yeah.
Let's end on a little bit of a high note here.
We don't do that too often.
Yeah, at least the last couple we haven't for sure. Two things here. I signed up to commentate a Smash tournament called the Coin Box. It's this new thing that Hungry Box, who's pretty much the top brand in Smash. Period. The guy's been on Forbes 30 under 30 3 times. Literally 3 times the guy's been on Forbes 30 under 30, which is fucking insane. All because Sakurai decided to put Jigglypuff in Smash Brothers as a joke.
So he's been there since the Nintendo days.
I'm gonna be real. Before I even get into this, like, to all my Smash fans out there, do you ever think about the fact that HBox's entire career, like, no shit, his entire fucking career is because Masahiro Sakurai decided to make a clone of Kirby because he likes to put joke characters in his fighting games. And that is why Jigglypuff is in Smash. Do you ever think about that? Because it keeps me up at night. That there's a guy who's on the Forbes 30 under 30 3 times because of that shit. You know, that's why my YouTube channel took off. It was because of fucking, Robbie Rotten. You know, so, like, I've never met that man, but I capitalized on a meme trend, and then it got me a little bit of an audience. It's crazy how people halfway around the world can impact your life because of that shit, you know? It's really an incredible thing, the globalized world that we live in. Stefan Carl.
Stefan Stevenson, I think.
Were you about to say Christoph Waltz?
No. I knew it was like a fucking Icelandic sounding name.
Hey, if there were ever a fucking actor to replace Robbie Rotten, I would love for Christoph Waltz to... Yo, real shit. Lazy Town documentary. The Lazy Town fucking biopic. Who is going to play Stefan Carl? Real shit, Christoph Waltz. I'm not even kidding. That would actually be great casting.
They actually said that they're doing one?
No, I'm saying if they did.
Oh, okay. I was about to say that. I mean, I would have watched that.
Right?
Why not?
No, I'm saying straight up, like, Stefan Carl, if who would play him? Fucking Christoph Waltz. He low-key kind of looks like him. He could definitely get the Icelandic accent down.
Austrian to Icelandic? Maybe.
Maybe, but whatever.
Yeah.
Point is, like, he's doing a Wi-Fi tournament again, unfortunately. And what they're doing is because one common complaint from a lot of young people in the Smash community is that there's no room for growth for, like, the young casters. Just because there is, like, a sort of a stable line of, like, sort of the regular ones that do it. And they said specifically with this tournament, we want to have a new caster on this tournament every single fucking week. Like, every single week they want to do that. It's going to be streamed on HBox's channel or on Team Liquid's channel, so it's going to get viewers. That's the thing. And while I think it's, you know, frankly, a little predatory, like, the notion of, you know, again, for clout or whatever, you know, like, you know, like, oh, I'll get on here. I guess exposure is important, but the thing is they are paying people as well. I think it's $100 a block that they're doing for these things. It all sounds good. I'm still a little uppity about it. I can get in my own head sometimes about that kind of thing. I'm focused on other things, but I'm trying to be more of a yes man in general in life, and it's really impacted my attitude a lot more because I used to be a little bit more of a hater. I used to like
you
really
still kind of are.
I know I am. I used to see like people's successes and instantly get jealous, and it's normal to get a little bit jealous, but I don't let that stop me. You know, it's a reminder. It's important to remind yourself that your path is different than other people's, and it's not saying it's easy to do that. Like, people say, like, jealousy is deep, it's toxic and stuff, and yeah, it can be toxic if you let yourself get away with it. Being a little jealous of certain things, completely fucking normal. Absolutely completely normal. 2 of my coworkers started dating recently, and I didn't like the girl or anything like that. She's kind of like a little sister to me, if anything.
So no
like,
skin off your bones?
Yeah, no skin off my bones, but the thing is, like, you know, when you haven't fucked and as long as you have, the thing is she was showing me this dress that she was gonna wear for him on fucking Valentine's Day. And this fucking dress, it was like this deep scarlet dress that accentuated her figure in such a way and propped up titty that I didn't even know she had. That's when it's just like, you don't show that to a guy who hasn't tasted the sweet nectar of the flesh in as long of a time as I've had. Like, good for you and your young people relationship, whatever, but I just hate people who are, like, in your face about that. But it's not a big deal, you know, like, this is all relevant because, like, I'm fucking, the tournament is unfortunately, because it's from Team Liquid, it's partnered with Coinbase. So like I'm like kind of uppity about that.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I kind of don't want to participate in something that is sponsored by that stupid crypto shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like websites that are, you know, frankly, big, you know, fronts for money laundering and help people with that shit and cause people to lose their savings and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's just, I don't trust any of that new age shit, but here it is. And you can complain all you want about, like, fucking, oh, like, Smashers to, like, not chasing the bag just because of Coinbase or whatever. I'm like, it's $100 for, like, one time that you're gonna
Yeah, it's not like
this
you're
thing.
getting a 6-figure
Like,
paycheck by the
yeah,
end
like,
of it.
shut the fuck up, bro. Like, here, what do you mean
relax.
the bag? Like, I literally make more than that in a day at my job, all right? Like, chill. And,
Fucking burger flippers make more than that
yeah,
within
like,
a day.
but you got paid
Jesus.
to do Smash commentary. You see why I think it's kind of like exploitive,
Yeah.
like of these kids who just want to get famous for Smash casting or whatever because they don't realize there's more to life than that shit. But I signed up for it anyway. And the reason I did that is because I'm trying to be more of a yes man in life. You know, comparing yourself to other people can be toxic. I realize I've been a lot more introspective, realizing that a lot of my own failures as a person, or not even my failures, but my dissatisfactions, is my lack of proactivity. And this last week or two or plus, I've been fucking happier than I've been in God knows how long. And it's because I've been a lot more proactive with the things that I want to do. Because I'm realizing that I'm the only one with the power to change these things about myself. It's never too late to make a positive change in your life. And you're the only one who can really do it for you at the end of the day. But that doesn't mean you can't always do everything by yourself. You need to get by with help every now and again. And that's one of the things I've come to accept with my journey through voice work and stuff, because I realize no one does that shit by themselves. Point is, I'm trying to be a yes man now. Not saying yes to literally everything. I'm not talking about like Jim Carrey, like this old lady wants my dick and so I'm going to give it to her because I can't say no to anything. Like, I'm talking about just, you know, seeing things as opportunities rather than something that's going to completely stray away from everything, as long as it's enough that you can handle. But trying to be more of a yes man, and in doing so, what the point I'm trying to make here is that I've just remembered that success is not a straight path. You know,
No.
you just never know where life is going to take you.
Where you're going to take that exit.
exactly.
And where that exit's going to take you and wherever else.
yeah,
It's like
what-
it's like the expressway. You're just never going to know where the fuck you're going to get off, and then
Yeah.
what other highway you're going to get on next. It's just,
what you think may be worthless at first might be something worthwhile after all. It's so easy to beat yourself up and tell yourself you're not doing good enough, this and that, blah blah blah, when if you really like sit down, you're in like a therapy session. This is something my therapist reminded me of years ago, was no one ever really sits down and they think about all the stuff that they've done. They only think about all the stuff that they haven't done. And, you know, like how, like, you need to keep moving forward, or you haven't done enough because this person did so much. And Hungrybox, Forbes 30 under 30 and fucking 3 times. It's like, yeah, you're not Hungrybox. Your path is different than his. And it reminded me of all the stuff that I really have overcome or overcame as a person, you know, and with the kind of stuff that leads to something else. Like, you could, the point I'm trying to make here is you could do something and you might not get what you thought you were going to get out of it, but you never know where that shit's going to take you. Like, I am the only person I know, actually besides like one other caster, I should say, who literally because of fucking Smash commentary, I work for literal Nintendo. Like, I got a job with Nintendo because of that shit. Am I gonna sit here and say that shit didn't lead anywhere? Because, oh, you don't have 20,000 plus followers on Twitter, or you don't get chosen for these Smash events anymore, even though you haven't casted a tournament since September. It's like, no. You have the power to change these things on your own, and it led to something. Even though, like, you didn't get what you wanted out of it, it doesn't mean you didn't grow as a person because of it. Like, there are so many different girls that, like, I've talked to at, like, my work and shit like that, and I've learned, like, I've been interacting with all these different kinds of women, which in the wake of my breakup that I suffered back in January of 2020 was important to me, because I put my all into that woman, and I loved her, and she was just my world. So now that I'm interacting with all these different kinds of women, it's been a really healthy experience for me, just growing socially in the middle of my 20s. Like, there's this one girl who's, like, really all bubbly and stuff, and, like, we joke around a lot, and it's cool. And then there's another one who's literally the same age as her, who's a lot more pessimistic but mature, and, like, as far as, like, things like sexual experiences and whatnot go. And I haven't fucked any of them, but just interacting with them has just helped me grow as a person in that sense after I put my all into this one thing. What I'm saying is that sometimes you don't always get what you want out of, like, you know, whatever social situations or career growth situations that you put yourself in. but it doesn't mean that you're not growing. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that you didn't stop growing. Like, who knows where this podcast will take me one day? You know, who knows where it'll take Dennis? You know what I mean? It's just looking at life, seeing these things not necessarily as waste of times, which, you know, that's for you to judge if they are or if they are not. Seeing them as, you know, like learning experiences will, believe it or not, will one day help you down the line. I believe that shit or not, it will help you one day down the line. Like,
maybe
everyone,
not now, but
yeah.
down in the future, like it might like come in handy. And
everyone's a teacher. That's all I'm gonna tell you right now. And if you look at these things instead of with dread, but with love, instead of learning to love the process rather than dreading it, you're gonna get to that place that you want to go that much faster.
And also, where you might want to go may even change over time too. Yeah. I mean,
sure has for me.
I thought I had a plan after college where I was like, I'm gonna be a history professor, and I'm like, hell no, because 8 years more of school, and then plus even me being obviously will be in debt for a while, getting a PhD. Like, the more I thought about it, it was just like, no, like, it's not for me. And a lot of times too, like, I know it's cliche as fuck for a lot of people that are listening to this, but it's like, and maybe some people, like, I don't know, like, are reaching a point in their life where, like, even just trying to figure things out, like, is still kind of difficult. But literally, every life experience you get, even ones that you're kind of forced into, you know, there's a lot of times where you don't want to go to a place, like, because you just feel like wanting to stay home, but someone, a friend of yours or whoever, just like, it's like, yo, come on, let's just go. Stop being such a fucking introverted and just come out and interact and socialize a little bit. And even for introverts out there like me, who, like, I usually typically like the safety and comfort of my own home. I literally built a man cave in my room that I don't have to leave ever. So as far as, like, you know, that I'm kind of set, but obviously, like, you know, there's days where I have to touch grass and, like, kind of know what the fuck that feels like. And there's like that one time when my friend David over here, like, he invited me and Dane, a friend of mine, like, to his mall's water park.
I own a mall.
Yes, he owns the mall. He did a hostile takeover of the people who owned it, and now it's under the name of, dude, your mall sucks. Your mall is terrible, man. Fuck the American Dream Mall.
Oh my lord. Oh, don't say that. I'll get furred.
That's not from David. That's from me. And by the way, if any of you fuckers who work there, or at least, I don't know, like, own the building, watch this episode, you don't know what the fuck I look like, so go fuck yourself anyways. I'm gonna still go to your shitty mall if I have to. Fuck you. But can't cancel me, bitch. But like, there were times, like, when I was real young, like, I just did not like going out, period. Yeah. I just did not like it. There was, like, so many days where, like, I just preferred, like, I don't want to go. But then I realized, like, a lot of times, like, when I ended up going to a lot of places that, at least initially, like, I was just like, I don't want to fucking go. Like, I'd rather jerk off at home than go here. I don't want to go out. Like, I ended up having, like, a very, very pleasant and even, like, amazing time. And my girlfriend, and I think over time also, like, it was due to just me, like, realizing, like, kind of forcing myself, I guess, in a way, but at least also telling myself, like, yeah, stop being such a pussy and just go outside. Like, go, like, do shit that you are prone to do. Like, just do it. Like, I want to go snowboarding, and I never had that urge to ever do it in my life. And I remember I did have, like, a skiing class a while back, like, a long time ago, but, like, now that I'm looking at, like, snowboarders, I'm like, fuck, like, I want to snowboard, but also one injury can literally ruin your life. Like, I've seen.
My sister got fucking tore her what's the word? Was it not the hamstring? No, that's a fucking god thing. What was it? What is that really bad ankle injury? I forget that you can get.
Achilles heel?
Might have been that. I forget what it. I completely forget what it was, but she was down for the count throughout pretty much the entire beginning of 2021. I should say, like, she just broke her. It was something in her kneecap. I think she tore her. Fuck! It's a very common injury in football. I'm trying to remember what it is, but I can't remember. Point is, like, she fucked that shit up.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so that we had to take care of her for a while. But, yeah, the urge is to try something new, like you said. Like, things might not always go the way you seem, but it doesn't mean you didn't grow from it. Like,
And I'm not saying either that things can't turn out terribly.
yeah.
That happens too. Like it is what it is. Like it's a mixed bag all the time. But when you at least grow up and you kind of do get a little regretful. Like for me, like I almost wish that I could go back to Brooklyn and finish up my film course. I'll probably do nothing with it, even if I, let's say, got that degree. But at the same time, like, I at least would have been able to, like, mark that off, like, my checklist. Because literally before college, yeah, like, I wanted to go into film. And I still love film. I still, like, critique it like a film critic would. I probably should write some Rotten Tomato reviews and just bomb a fucking movie every once in a while, just saying it's fucking trash. Even though Rotten Tomatoes, I think, has like a language filter, like you can't curse in your reviews, which I think is bullshit. Considering like everyone's opinions about certain movies, it's like, yo, I wasted $7 on half off movie night for this. I wasted my $7 for this.
You know how many mozzarella sticks I could have gotten at Applebee's for that price?
And
half
like,
apps, bro. Half apps.
It's almost ridiculous too, like how much movie snacks like are more like expensive sometimes than the fucking tickets. It's actually fucking nuts.
I'm
Like that's
sneaking
another
in my
topic.
Own fucking flounder.
Yeah, like that's
Next
another
time,
topic
like,
for
I'm
another
putting
video.
a whole ass
but-
fish in my pants, and I'm just gonna.
I literally had like one time I just brought like 4 bags of Skittles into my pockets and I just walked into the movie theater. I just cracked it open and gave one each to my friends, like, "Hey, yo, guys, here you go. I can show you Skittles."
Bro.
But I guess just to wrap it up before we say goodbye today, it's like I don't know, like I kind of hate getting like. For me personally, I don't mind if anyone else, but like me personally, I don't really like to get like too philosophical because like I can never like put those thoughts into like coherent like structure to kind of say it
Same. I'm the
properly.
same way. I'm always just like, I formulated that like shit.
Because like you go into the shower and you're just like, I could have said it like that. I'm a fucking idiot. Like
That's
like,
exactly
literally-
what I'm gonna
yeah.
do after
Yeah.
this.
But I
exactly
think-
what I'm gonna do.
From I guess a takeaway that you can get from me and David, I guess maybe both of us, I suppose. Like it's just that like don't be afraid to like try new things. Like just know too, like yeah, like sometimes if you do try those new things, like maybe it could turn out terribly. That can happen, but at the same time, like I almost feel as if you can't also like rob yourself too much of experiences like that because like it's like life is so fucking gay. It's like that live, laugh, love type shit. It's like life is too short. It really is. Like I'm 28. Like a lot of my like I'm not saying I'm old. I'm like a 70-year-old in Korean years or whatever.
You're like that Koopa in Paper Mario that's just like that fucking geriatric one who's just shaking when you enter the house.
Like, I'm not saying that I'm like old, but I do feel as if there were a lot of times where like I wish like I didn't at least prevent myself from having certain experiences.
Same.
And there were so many times I went to like Six Flags with my cousins. And I was way too much of a chicken shit pussy to go to like roller coasters. Now I love roller coasters. So it's like, not that I'm saying that like solidified it for me, but it's just like one of those examples though that like, you know, you just gotta do it. And if you don't like it, then never try it again. But at least you could say like, yeah, tried it, not for it, and then just go on with your life. It's just like it is like what it is. Like,
Yeah.
I feel.
One of those same friends I have that's at that one of my coworkers. She could be very pessimistic and sometimes in her own head. She had a bad habit of antagonizing people as soon as things didn't go her way, and she's gotten a lot better at that since, like, you know, talking to me. Not to credit myself with that, but you know.
Do any of your
she was
coworkers
talking to
watch
me-
this?
One of them, two of them follow one of them follows the podcast on Instagram. Another one on Twitter. I don't know if they listen to it. I don't fucking care. I'll talk about
Do
it.
they know that you're trying to fuck them or like you tried to fuck them?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Just wanted that.
Yeah, one of
at
them
least.
does. Like, she literally once sent me, like, a fucking... She literally
Nude?
once... No, not a nude. She sent me this article about how, like, you know, not having sex for, like, long periods of time or whatever can make somebody more angry and angsty. And she's like, maybe this is why, like, I've been how I've been recently. And she's like, and I know it's been a while for you, too. And I'm like, yo, go on. And she's like, nah, I'm crazy. And so in that conversation, I literally, like, I'm like, I know we're both attracted to each other, so, like, do you want to fuck? And she's like... She was like, no, she was like, yeah, but I don't want to do the whole friends with benefits thing because it's awkward. And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
And you're just like,
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the kind of thing that would have scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. But I'm forward with her. I was literally like, do you want to fuck? And I'm like, and I was like, no, okay. And, you know, it's like, that's just something you gotta take. The point is, you can't be angry at yourself for that. I tried. Another one of my coworkers asked another one of my coworkers out. And even though that didn't work out for him, fact of the matter is, he fucking did it. He tried, and that means you did overcome something there, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying you have to have those breakthroughs every day, man. Like, all I'm saying is that awkwardness you feel, not knowing what you want to do in life, you know, like you hate college or whatever, feel like you're just wasting your time floating around. That is literally you forming yourself up to be ready to be the best you can be. And currently, I feel like I know what I have to do with myself, and I'm looking forward to the process rather than dreading it. Same thing as this girl, you know, she's 21, and she felt like she was a failure already. She doesn't know what to do with herself. She was talking to me, and I'm just like,
yo, bitch, I don't know if you know who I am. I'm 28, and I'm probably at the same space that you are at. So trust me, you
that's
are
what I told
fine.
her. I'm like,
you are fine.
I was talking to her. I'm like, you think I fucking knew my whole shit out when I was 21?
Bitch, I hope you're listening, whoever you are.
When I was 21, you think I knew my whole shit? I'm like, do you forget I work literally the same job you do? Like, do you forget that?
And aren't you like at least 4 years their senior?
Yeah, I'm 25.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, every fucking experience you have, man, you never know what the littlest things are going to bring you, and it's all just formulating up into you to make you the best person you can be. If something feels like it's so much of a waste to the point where like you feel like you're wasting your time there, you're not like pursuing your dream, you're not living it, then by all means move. But whatever you do, believe it or not, even if you believe it or not, whether you refuse to believe it or not, it helps you grow as a person. Like I said, Smash Commentary literally got me a job with fucking Nintendo. Never in a million years did I think that would ever fucking happen. And who knows, you might have those kinds of similar opportunities based on the things that you do, as long as you leave yourself open to it. That's why parents force us into all this extracurricular shit when we're kids. The more nothing that you do, the more nothing you're gonna get.
But at the same time, when we were kids, did we want to do any of that shit? I mean, like, to be fair, I know that's why I'm saying though. Like, I feel as if like, but some parents are a lot more harder on that than others.
Oh yeah.
Like they don't just say, okay, try this for a week, and if you don't like it, then don't do it anymore. It's just like, no, you're gonna go to soccer practice until the season's over, and if you don't like it, well, too fucking bad. Like that's like gonna be 3 months of you wasting your fucking weekends, and that's it. Yeah, you didn't like it, well, get the fuck over it. Like for me, like I remember like when I guess we're gonna wrap this up, guys. Like I remember
for sure.
Yeah. Like I had a piano lessons that I took, like good all Asian kids do. Got to learn an instrument, either the piano or something. Too bad I couldn't do the triangle. Like I would have fucking shredded on that shit. But like I was taking these piano lessons, right? And I had a much more greater appreciation for piano players and even just piano in general. Like when I got older. Because piano music, for me, is kind of up there with like violin music, and then piano music is right underneath. Like as far as like just violin only and piano only type of music, and like shit moves my soul. That sounds kind of gay to say it, but it's like it really does. Like for me, and for me, it's like when I was a kid and I took those lessons, I hated them. I dreaded them every single fucking day. My teacher was like a real hard ass too. Like I mean, most classically trained people are pretty much like very drill sergeants when it, like, maybe not all the time, but like a lot of them are pretty rough when it comes to like at least installing good habits as far as your playing goes and everything else. And I kind of like, as I got older, I did understand, but as a kid, it's like my whole thing was that I was thinking was like, I don't want to be here. Fuck this lady. Fuck this shitty ass instrument. Like obviously, like it was what I was thinking in my head when I was like, what, maybe like 7 or 8 years old. Like she even like slapped my like hand all the time. Yeah, and my mom got angry. She legit like flipped her shit. And after that, we just never went again because like she was starting to bust out the whole corporal punishment. And looking back, obviously, I'm pretty sure that's how my teacher got taught when she was younger. At least like, because adults, we're nothing but like what we take with us from what we learned in the past. a lot of times, like, it's like a lot of the habits that we see our parents do. That's how they were taught, or that's how they were kind of like acted when they were kids, like our age. And in the case of my like piano teacher, like I wished that at least I was a bit more mature about it, that I could have at least stomached it a little more. Because, dude, do you know how much like pussy musicians like get? No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
It depends.
No. But like it's like that little extra added layer. Let's say if you are already good looking, but you play piano, it's like, oh well, fuck, I want your dick and your fingers.
What's up,
So
Dan?
I mean,
What's up,
it's
Dan,
like
you
for me,
discount Drake Bell looking motherfucker.
yeah, just to, don't diddle underage.
See, fuck that.
kids,
Drake Bell's a discount Dane.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
But I guess what my point is too is that, like, at the moment, I guess, yeah, you do feel that way, but like that shit also changes too. Like, it changed for me. Like, I wish like I could pick it up as easily as I maybe had the time to. I mean, I kind of do have the time, but like piano's hard, man. Like, playing an instrument's hard. Like, it really is. Like, I mean, I don't know how like some of these musicians who go to like Carnegie Mellon and stuff do it. Like, it's hard to pick up, especially like the older you get and everything. Like,
Yeah.
like, so for all you people,
it's like a
who are-
language, bro.
yeah, it really is. Like, it just like you just gotta keep doing it as a repetition and like just keep practicing it, and like after a while, like, yeah, it's just like second nature to you. Like, people who could play songs by ear. That shit's like wizardry to me whenever I see it. I just cannot believe that. Like, oh, so you just gotta listen to the song and then you could just play it like right then and there. And I guess, yeah, like, just to wrap it up, just remember, like, whatever experience maybe you had back in the day too, like, don't rob yourself of new ones, but also remember, like, whatever you felt during that time could be different. Like, maybe if you, let's say, if the opportunity arose again, that you could perhaps try it again, could be different. And again, like, live, laugh, love, and life is too short. Just remember that. Like, just remember, just remember, like, this, don't rob yourself of like sort of experiences like that.
Took me until I was out of college to really start to, fully grow into myself, and start realizing the things I have to do to really be David, so it's not too late because you didn't figure out what you fucking wanted to do in like your, freshman, sophomore year of college. Okay. No one has their shit figured out there either. And if they do, good for them. But like your journey is your own. So
yeah.
It's important to try to remember that, and
you're writing your own book. You're
Yep.
writing your own pages. So
Yep.
just remember that.
Speaking of writing pages, sometimes we write pages online on various social media platforms.
Like Instagram.
That was a horrible segue. Here's our Twitter. We got you can follow us there at Double D Pod. Instagram, which Denise runs at the Double D Experience 21.
Yo.
He posts some pretty dank memes there. I'm not gonna lie that you guys have been giving the Instagram a lot of love as of lately. I'm gonna send him some more clips later to post on there, like through Flashback Friday maybe, or something like that. That'd actually be pretty cool. I don't know why. I was randomly thinking about the time that you got up and took a piss in the middle of the show, and I could hear you screaming from like the bathroom. I was randomly thinking about that, and I'm like, that clip belongs on the Instagram. No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna send that to you later.
That was like ancient history now.
Yeah, that was
like phase 1 of the Double D cinematic universe.
But if you want to follow us up on our endeavors, we are available wherever you get your podcasts: Spotify, Apple Podcast, Anchor, YouTube at youtube.com/Nintoonist, which is I know where most of you fuckers listen from. And we hope you guys enjoyed this little show that we have of ours. We hope you enjoyed this little heartfelt ending. Everything is a learning experience. Remember that. Allow yourself to feel what you feel. Jerk yourself off if it becomes too stressful, which for me it does a lot. I get overwhelmed very easily, but that doesn't mean you're not in the process of finding the best you.
Post-nut clarity is the strongest fucking thing ever, guys.
It's so fucking real.
That.
It's so fucking real. The amount of times that I've been stupid horny and like I've looked at certain women and wanted to fuck them, and then I've jerked off later. I'm like, yeah, that would have been a mistake. Like, that would have been a mistake. Yeah, straight up. Yeah, like, or like to pursue them. You know what I'm saying.
How it be.
Yeah, we are.
And also, yeah. And guys, you can also catch us on our other platforms: Spotify, Google, YouTube. Obviously, as David mentioned, Anchor, which we will be recording an ad break soon for it. You'll be hearing a new ad break, I guess, for our episodes, and I'm sorry if that is not your guys' cup of tea. but we need money out here. So, I need my Chipotle money. But, Breaker, Pocket Cast, and also Radio Public. So, guys, thank you so much from hearing two idiots talk about tornadoes and life for like about an hour and a half.
Tornado, life, and
NFTs.
And NFTs.
All right, guys, we're gonna lights off now.
Well, love
remember,
you.
Life sucks, but it doesn't have to suck that much if you don't let it.
We'll see you in your dreams. We love you.
That boy pussy has me acting wrong.
That Greek boy pussy got me questioning my loyalty to Rome. Chowder!
Bye.
Lights off.